Shalom. I want to start by giving all praises and honors and fear to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash. Shalom to the apostles, the elders, Grand Millstone, JMS. Shalom to the elect men of Israel, 144,000 men serving the Heavenly Father and Son. Shalom to the 1/3 of Israel, the men, women, and children, to take heed and believe that in Yahushai shall arise first. This is a low-willing, edifying video regarding the desires and the lusts. This is Galatians 5:16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. Because the lust of the flesh pulls you into sin. But if we walk in the path of wisdom in the Spirit, which is the path of life, then we're gonna be accepted to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, which is everlasting life. But the lust of the flesh is what brings in sin, because that's how temptation is brought up. Colossians 3:5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth, fornication, uncleanness, inordinate affection, evil concupiscence, evil concupiscence, and covetousness, which is adultery. So the Lord is telling us that we got to prepare our members, our body, in our mind, to not give into lusts of this world. Like materialism, idols, fornication, because you can have sex with a woman, but if you see a woman that looks good pass by, she might not be single, but you're lusting after that, and that's fornication. That's important to know, to not really give in into the lust of the world, but pull yourself back. James 4:2. Ye lust and have not, ye kill and desire to have and cannot obtain, ye fight and war, yet ye have not, because ye ask not. See, so the Lord gives those that do His will and ask, through prayer. But most of the people in the world, they just try to get things their own way, by their own means and their own knowledge. 1 Corinthians 7:2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband. So the Lord deals everything in order. The Lord already made a way for us to avoid sin, and avoid sin to the best of our ability. Avoid fornication, avoid eating uncleanness. The Lord gave us options to choose, right? So you can choose to eat chicken instead of pork. You can choose to wait until you find a woman that's single and not taken by another man. Proverbs 6:28. Can one go upon hot coals and his feet not be burned? See that? That goes into temptation. Once you walk into temptation, you you made sin and you transgressed the law, you know. That's showing that you don't love Yahweh Bashim Yashai. 1 John 2:17, and the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh Bashim Yashai abideth forever. Matthew 6:21, for where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So that's a big verse right there, because if your heart is where the richness of this world is, then your heart is where, and it's exactly where destruction is gonna happen. So your heart's gonna be destroyed. But if you put your mind in the treasure in heaven, you know, the heavenly kingdom, you know, then your heart is gonna live forever, because that's where it's gonna be at. Job 31:1, I made a covenant with my eyes, why then should I think upon a maid? See. 1 Corinthians 6:12, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any. Right? The Lord is going to be in his glory, you know. No one's going to be able to overcome him. And the Lord's going to give power to those that are prophesying this gospel, you know, standing up for this truth. Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers Yahweh Bashim Yashai will judge. Galatians 5:13, for brethren, ye have been called unto liberty, only use not liberty for an occasion to the flesh, but by love serve one another. 1 Peter 5:8, be sober and vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. You know, and that's this devil Esau. You know, because you got to look at the times we're living in. Who's in control of the world? Who's controlling the oil? Who's controlling the economy? Who's in control of the health system, the school system? You know, the banks. You know, it's Esau. You know, the so-called white man. So you got to know that you got to be patient, and you got to come back to the Lord if you're a so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native. You know, and we don't judge by the outward appearance. You know, we don't go by the skin of your the color of your skin. We go by the lineage of your father. You know, in the spirit. 1 Corinthians 10:13, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to men. But Yahweh Bashim Yashai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. 1 John 2:16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world, right? So that's how you test the spirit. You know, a pride spirit, you know that spirit is of the world, you know, and it's not of the Father. So if you're not of the Father but of this world, then you're a demon. because this world is right now is under hell right now. It's basically hell. So that's why we're praying for the Lord to come back, to establish His kingdom here, so that it could be the kingdom, right, for us, but it's gonna be hell for our adversary. It's gonna be the hell for our adversary, But right now it's their heaven. This is our hell, because everything is upside down. Psalms 42:1, as the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Matthew 26:41, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Right? Our flesh is super weak, because we're waiting for the new bodies. We have somewhat some power, because we resist the temptation. The Lord has given us just enough, but we're waiting patiently for our new bodies and the true power. And that's when Yahushua returns. So let's see. But our spirit indeed is willing. We have willpower in our spirit. Willing to stand up for His gospel, willing to sacrifice our time, willing to even sacrifice our life. Because the Lord said, "He who seeks his own life shall lose it." But we're not seeking our own life here. We're seeking we're seeking Yahushai. We're seeking the kingdom. That's how we're gonna find our life. James 1:3, James 1:13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth He any man. Isaiah 26:8. Yet in the way of judgments, O Lord, have we waited for Thee. The desire of our soul is to Thy name, and to the remembrance of Thee. So yeah, we're remembering the laws, we're remembering the statutes, we remember the time that Yahushua was here teaching us the way. That's making that a stamp in our mind. That goes into the sealing of the elect. Lo willing, we are part of that number. 2 Peter 1:4, whereby are given unto us exceeding great and precious promises, that by these ye might be partakers of the divine nature, having escaped the corruption that is in the world through lust. Right? We escape the corruption, right? So that goes into leaving this world and leaving the old man behind, becoming a new creature. Walking onto the path of life to make our election sure. And we want our name written in the book of life. So we gotta make sure that we study our election sure, and we put our time, and always use our willing power to build this tabernacle. 1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So those men, the people that focus on money, right? Love money. If you love money, then you love evil. You're not supposed to love money. You're supposed to love Yahweh Bashim Yashai. You're supposed to love your own people. You're supposed to love, the sheep and feed them. Not going after money. That's how greed grows, and that's how betrayal grows. You're piercing yourselves, because when the Lord comes back, you're gonna try to hide. Proverbs 21:26. He coveteth greedily all the day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not. See that? He coveteth greedily all day long, but the righteous giveth and spareth not. See, the righteous, we're not greedy. We share. That's going into like also sharing the light, sharing this truth. But the greedy, when you love money, that love is basically also loving the world, and it will pull you away from the faith, which is a very scary thing, man. Matthew 6:13, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Now, if you leave the faith, you're leaving Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and the Lord will leave you. Because again, the Lord is expecting you to stand up as a warrior and continue the good fight. The Lord is not going to fight for someone that is not fighting for Him. The Lord deals with the elect and the warriors and His servants. That's what the Lord is dealing with. Of the nation of Israel. Proverbs 23:5. Wilt thou set thy eyes upon that which is not? For riches certainly make themselves wings. They fly away as an eagle toward heaven. Right. So this money, the richness of this world, right? It's only for a moment. It passes away. The fashion of this world passes away. The Lord said that for a reason. Because nothing is forever here. Nothing is forever. This is a trial and tribulation. This is literally hell, but it's not going to be forever for us, because we have the light coming back and being sealed, and the Lord is going to come and save us before pure destruction happens here, and then the kingdom is going to be established here, which is the time of our people ruling. Because if you look at history, everybody had a chance to rule, everybody. So now Yahushua is going to come to establish His kingdom. Galatians 6:1. Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, yea, which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. So the Lord give us instructions, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. See, so we should be supporting one another, man. We should, we're not only fighting for ourselves, but we're fighting for our brothers and sisters. Romans 7:7. What shall we say then? Is the law sin? Yahweh Bashim Yashai forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by the law, for I had not known lust, except the law had said, thou shalt not covet. So the Lord was perfect, man. The Lord was perfect. The Lord was perfectly clean. And that's what we have to do. We have to follow that as an example. Just like you follow your big brother, that's how we should be following Yahushua. Because Yahweh, the Heavenly Father, sent him for a reason. And I'll keep it short. I'll make a part 2 to this video, Lord willing. This video is edifying. I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. Stay praying. Pray for yourself, for your brothers and your family. Stay making edifying videos, and follow the commandments, and read and meditate in Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai. Keep up the good fight. And Shalom. Abba Ball.